Yo guys, SFFX, welcome back to another video. Welcome back per se to another forecasting video. So yeah, today we're just gonna be looking on it's currently Saturday. We're gonna be looking to see what we are pretty much looking to expect within the next upcoming week, or per se the first week of August. We're going to be looking to see what we could potentially expect when it comes to our trading and bias and stuff. Simply just looking here, identify this high right here and this wall right here. Per se is 1 month heavily gap. Per se, yeah, I know it. The recent week, we're currently looking to target discount arrays going down into low time frame, right? If I'm to pay attention right now, I'll pretty much say we have a lot of confluences that's indicating potential price moving bullish, potentially targeting PD arrays within this zone right here. First thing I'm able to identify, or the nearest thing I'm able to identify, is this gap right here. This liquidity insufficiency right here. Scaling down into the weekly time frame, because that's pretty much a zone in which price will potentially target on the later date, right? But if I am to pay attention right now, the most clearest thing to me are this relative equal lows that have recently been pierced, and price looks like it's just rebalanced through this range right here, right? But paying attention, bearing in mind that this is the weekly time frame, right? So I'd say overall our potential price direction would be bullish, but if I'm to pay attention to what's currently happening in price, let's just scale in. First thing I'm able to identify as a current draw of liquidity would be, let me just remove everything, this fair value gap right here. This is the 1 week fair value gap. So I'm looking to see if price is going to fail within this zone, or is it going to fail potentially this whole range and then drop bearish, or is price gonna look to attack this auto block right here? Let's mark this out. Let's mark this out as the 1 week. Sorry. 1 week auto block. And usually, guys, when we're in like key zones like this where price is within a fair value gap and above is an order block like this, right? I tend to look for potential PD arrays within this key zones, within this order block and this weekly fair value gap premium arrays, in which can motivate me to look for bearish trades, if that makes any sense. So therefore, I'm utilizing this as a form of base to get pretty much a clear direction, right? In other words, if I'm gonna be looking for shorts on DXY or USDX, right? It's gonna be bullish setups for Forex, Euro USD and GU, right? So now scaling down into the daily time frame, right? Where are we in price? First thing I'm identifying within this whole range right here, we are currently within the weekly fair value gap, right? And then I'm identifying this breaker right here as a form of resistance to drop price bearish, if that makes any sense. So one day break a block, right? Pretty much this is what we're looking to target last week when we're like setting out our trades, right? We're looking for pretty much bullish structure targeting the PD array like this. So when we have a breaker block like this, right, I personally, or as smart money traders, we do not look for price to visit any arrays above the breaker block. We can pretty much visit the ones within the breaker block, right? For example, right now, right, marking from this breaker's high to the low, within this range right here, I'm going to be looking for insufficiencies in which price could potentially react off and push bearish, if that makes any sense, right? So the first one I'm able to identify is pretty much this range right here. So currently, I would pretty much say that we are pretty much bearish. We're looking at structure right here, and this imbalanced price range has been filled correctively. You have to pay attention, right? And would personally expect it to fill this entire range, meaning even this insufficiency right here, but price tends to not reach insufficiencies above the breaker, if that makes any sense, right? So I pretty much say from this fair value gap range low to the daily breaker block high, right? I'll be looking to take pretty much short trades on DXY, meaning bullish trades on USD or GBP USD to target discount arrays. First one I'm able to identify would be this insufficiency right here, which has been pretty much tapped, driving price higher, right? So just still gonna see how price is gonna open and react within this zone right here, right? So now going into AU, right? We're pretty much looking for the opposite, if that makes any sense, right? And looking at this from the weekly time frame, we have this 1 week gap right here that has been filled twice, meaning that price has delivered bullish and bearish, right? So this is pretty much a balanced price range or a filled price range, right? I'm just not quite sure if this range right here will still be yet to be filled, but yeah, even though overall pretty much my bias on Euro USD would be bullish, right? So last week we're pretty much within the 1 week gap low, right? And I mentioned that we could be potentially targeting the insufficiencies below here, which are pretty much the daily breaker and fair value gap, right? So we're pretty much looking to see how price is gonna react within this breaker range right here, right? And as you can see, price pretty much delivered nicely, right? So right now, when we look at price, right, we can pretty much see that price has pretty much respected our breaker, right? And was pretty much influenced by, I would say, this inverted fair value gap right here, but they're all within this range right here, if you can pay attention. We have this 1 week breaker. It's not a 1 week breaker. It's not a, it's this. It's a 1 week breaker, not a daily breaker. If that makes any sense. It's getting down into the lower time frame, right? Still looking to see if price is gonna try filling or providing us some form of support to move bearish, bullish on EU, right? Something like this. But like now, when you actually pay attention to the lower time frame, I was able to identify, or I'm currently identifying this high right here as pretty much displacement, right? In other words, price has displaced and is now indicating bullish momentum or bullish structure, right? So And right now, if we are able to pay attention, we have this void right here, this insufficiency, right? Where price just impulsively moved bearish, right? And usually when price dips like this, it tends to rebalance the whole range correctively, if that makes any sense. So pretty much, um, my bias for the upcoming week, right, would be pretty much us looking to fill this price range right here, right? Just here to see if price is gonna respect this breaker right here or otherwise, right? So right now, I'll be pretty much looking to see how price is gonna react within this 50 gap range right here. This would be most likely the first zone in which I'll be looking to take longs, right? We're gonna see how price reacts within this zone, and we're gonna use confluences such as our time and price, meaning our kill zones and sessions, right? So if price doesn't respect this, the really gap right here, doesn't react off it, I'll be looking to see if price is gonna react off this one, right? So the lowest point in which I'll expect price to dip for my price to remain bullish, right, would be 50% of this order block right here, which is another block is like the lowest bearish candle in a bullish trend, if that makes any sense, right? So pretty much dividing this whole range right here per se, let me just divide it using the body, this price range right here. So I'll not be expecting price to close below the mean threshold of the bearish order block, right? If that makes any sense, right? So on DXY, we're bearish. On Euro USD, we are bullish, right? Now looking at what's this? Looking at GBP USD, right? Going straight into the weekly time frame. Let me just clear all analysis. We need to see where prices recently came from, right? First thing I'm able to identify would be this order block range right here. So it seems price seems to be like respecting it, so supporting our bullish structure, and I'm pretty sure our potential higher or long-term drawn liquidity would be this insufficiency right here, this gap right here. Let me mark it as the day gap. Day gap high. Let's see. Sorry. Okay. So in future price, we'll be looking for price to fill up, targeting this insufficiency right here, right? But for now, my first target on higher time frame draw on the weekly time frame would be the most recent high right here, this short-term high, which would be regarded as buy side, right? Buy side liquidity. Buy side liquidity. So that's my short-term drawn liquidity targeting the weekly insufficient gap right here, right? And one thing I can tell you guys is that price on high time frame tends to draw at the very high pace or high volume or speed to these gaps right here. It tends to look to fill them very, very fast, right? So now scaling down into the weekly time frame, the daily time frame. On the previous video, we identified this zone right here as our draw in liquidity, which was our implied favorably gap, right? Pretty much we utilize it pretty much the same way we utilize a favorably gap, but we just divide the wicks in half, if that makes any sense. So that's our first range. right here. So if you pay attention, price, I believe ICT also mentioned this beginning early this year. He introduced this implied fair value gap. I just don't see much people utilizing it, or not many people are accustomed to it, right? If that makes any sense. So yeah, we're pretty much looking at bullish structure when moving bullish, right? When we look at the charts, and my next upcoming draw on liquidity would be buy side right here. So I'll be pretty much looking to take long form trades or long trades targeting buy side right here. And then on the daily, my first draw on liquidity would be this CB right here, which is sell side imbalance, buy side insufficiency. Yeah. So on DXY, we're pretty much bearish. On EU, we're bullish, and on GU, we are bullish, right? And the only way I'm gonna look to change my bias when taking trades right here is if price closes below this most recent low right here, because I'm regarding this consistent range right here with these down close candles as one full order block. So I'm not expecting price to close within the 50% range of this range right here. So if price closes below this range right here, I'll be looking to see if price can violate sell side right here, targeting this order block or mitigation block. Proportional block, or this fair value gap right here. In other words, we'll be looking for price to pretty much react off this, violating sell side, targeting the insufficiency right here, just to continue moving bullish. So in simple terms, we're pretty much bullish on all these two Forex symbols, if that makes any sense. Yeah, so guys, hope you found this video helpful. And if you would like assistance on anything, just be sure to leave a comment in the comment section, and have a great weekend.